So the first thing I do when I go to make a video is I go into my recording folder and just delete the raw footage from yesterday's video, and then start Thief and begin to record. Okay, so I finished recording today's video. So then what I do is I go into my Autovid program. I select the playlist that I'm working on, and here comes up all the info from the previous video. Now you'll notice the episode number says 2 instead of 1. That's because it auto-increments it every time it finishes a video so that I don't have to remember to move this number around, because if I forget, there's going to be some problems. Now, I'm going to be working with this playlist that already exists here, but let me just show you what would happen if I were to make a new series. If I would start a new fan mission or something, I would then make a new playlist, a thing-shaped mission. It would create a playlist on YouTube, blank all the data, and it would ask me if I want to make it a series, which is something you can't do through the API, so you have to start the browser. But it does it all automatically, so I don't have to remember to go in manually. I can then choose a template, so say Thief 2. There's all the Thief 2 data. I can just type FenPhoenix a thing-shaped mission 1 things oh man, and I would then type in the name of the mission, so a thing-shaped mission. I can then choose a Photoshop base file to use for the first thumbnail. So it'll open this up in Photoshop. It will create a JPEG with the first numbered thumbnail, and thereafter it will just increment this. That's what I would do if I was making a new playlist. But for now, I'm going to get rid of this and just start with this list here. So, it's the second video. I'm going to call this Summer to keep with the hilarious gimmick. Keep all that metadata the same and choose when to schedule it. So say 8 o'clock p.m. for today is when I want it scheduled. Everything else I can just leave as is, and I choose the folder with the raw footage in it, and I click Begin Editing. Now, normally I would also have to wait for Vegas to load the peaks, but nobody wants to see that, so I've done it in advance already. So here I am in Vegas. You'll notice it has loaded this Vegas file here, which is the template file for all the main video, the game audio, the mic audio with the appropriate filters and EQ and everything on it. This is the end screen track for the previous and next end screen, and it saves it as T1 current so that it doesn't overwrite anything. So now I get to editing. Now I don't think I need to edit anything on this video, but I will just check to make sure. Okay, I think that for this episode it doesn't really need any edits. It's already good as it is, so I'm going to now just put the end screen in, which will be this one. Extend it a little bit, and then we'll just check to see what's a kind of a good point to put it at. It's not in here. So, wisdom before the crown or whatever. So, okay. I can't put it over there. Boom, but let me just see, like, this. Does this look like a tomb? Like a tomb, or does it look like a library? This looks like a library. So, next time, I'll acquire the wisdom. So, see you guys then, and bye for now. Okay, that's good. So, I'm done the video. Now, all I have to do is click Control-Shift-R, which runs a custom script that I've got here, which will set up a bunch of technical stuff such as this frame server. Now, as soon as I click this next button, I am finished with the video. Everything else is done for me. So as soon as I click this, I can just walk away from the computer and everything will be finished. But let me just show you exactly what that entails. So I click this next button. Photoshop increments the icon. Autovid then, you see it has the new icon there with the number 2 instead of number 1. All automatic. Autovid is now encoding, and this is still just a little bit glitchy. You're supposed to see another window there. Here's the encoding stats if I do happen to want to look at them. But I don't have to do anything with this. I can simply walk away, so let us simply pause this until the encoding is near finished. So, we're nearing the end of the encode here. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to copy the video, the finished encoded video, over to a network folder on my other computer, which is on 24/7, and is just there for me to upload YouTube in the background and download stuff and just do the kind of stuff I don't want to do on this desktop computer in the background. I guess I do want to save changes, yes, thank you. So, this is a remote desktop window into my other computer. The automatic uploader has detected that the file has been copied and it is now beginning the upload. So let us once again come back after this is finished. So here we are nearing the completion of the upload. Now, most of the stuff I'm doing here is done through the YouTube API directly through code. There's a few things you can't do. One of those was the set playlist to series. Another one, strangely enough, is monetization. You can't set the videos to be monetized through the API. Now, if you go into the YouTube settings in the browser, there is a page where you can set some defaults for each new uploaded video, and that includes monetization. So if you upload through the browser, you can monetize automatically, but the API ignores those settings. So if you want to monetize, you have to do it manually, like so. Now I'm using iMacros for this. I could use Selenium and get rid of these delays, but this does work for now. Now this video is scheduled to go public at a later time. Now, at first glance, it seems like we can just leave this here. It'll public itself and that'll be fine. But there's another couple of things you can't do through the API. One of those is scheduled adding of a video to a playlist. If you add a video to a playlist, even if it's private, it will still appear as a private video in the playlist, and people start asking questions like, what's that private video? Why don't you make it public? And and you don't want people asking awkward questions like that. So you want to delay adding it to the playlist until such time as it's published. But if you do that manually, it defeats the whole purpose, because you're going to have to be there right at publishing time to add it to the playlist anyway, so you might as well just public it manually in the first place, and it defeats the whole point of automation. So what this program also does is it sets a scheduled task in Windows, which will run the Autovid finalizer at publish time, and that will do two things. One of them is to add it to the playlist. The other is to automatically annotate, which is the last and most complicated thing that you cannot do through the API. But we'll see that at upload time. Okay, it's almost 8 o'clock. Our video is about to go public, and our scheduled task is about to be run. And here we are. So, it uses a combination of Selenium and Autoit to put in these annotations automatically. Selenium enters the data, and Autoit drags and resizes the annotations to predefined values, and it annotates both the previous video and the next video, if applicable. See, it's putting the next link on the previous video, and now it's going to start another browser and put the previous link on the current video. Now, this all seems to take a bit of a slow time, but remember, this is all done in the background on my other computer. I don't even have to see this. This is all done without me, and it's perfect. I'm sorry. That's my pride and joy right there. Now it's finished. It's public, it's annotated, it's added to the playlist, it's done, and all I had to do was change a little bit of metadata, change the title, and just click the frickin' folder, do whatever editing I had, drag the end screen on, and just hit a button, and then it's done. I don't have to do any of this manual crap. I can focus on all the creative stuff and leave the tedious stuff to the machine. So, yeah. This is actually a lot more complicated than I made it sound. Of course, there's a ton of stuff going on in the background, data being passed all along the chain and everything like that. But I've been working on this for quite a long time. I've been using some version of automation since almost when I started. You can even hear me talk about it in one of those old Hexen videos, I believe. I've been spending the entire day today trying to code a little program so that I can have videos be encoded and uploaded automatically. I just figured I'd show it because I'm an egotistical bastard. Bye!